I took my first real break in a while in development this week, so I wouldn't have to devolve into a drooling blob of meat. But I made sure I would still have some cool stuff to show you. We're doing the same layout of update that we usually do this week, but at the end I will also add in some discussion about the sound of the game. This will become a bigger section as time goes on, but for now it will be a random cameo every once in a while. So starting out with gameplay, I made some bug fixes to the sword so that the counter works properly, as well as finished the swamp tile so it's fully in-game. The swamp tile allows the player to attack twice if you start your turn from it, but if you end your next turn on the swamp tile, you will get the bleed effect, which limits your movement to one tile per turn for the next 3 turns. And if you end another turn on it, you will die. Now I wanted to do something a little different to give more context to the whole development of the game. What I'm working on right now overall is 3 centers of the core gameplay. These 3 centers are tiles, weapons, and items. This makes up the heart of Foldrum's core gameplay, and with these parts done, you will start to see Foldrum become more and more of an actual game, rather than a collection of ideas and concepts that I irritate you with every 2 weeks. The game also has 2 more programmers working on it now. Bazin and Rob will be handling the Big Wide World mode and the multiplayer mode respectively. These modes will reveal more detail about as development progresses, but for now just know that I am not alone in my fight to finish this game, and both of the people mentioned are very competent software developers. On the pretty pictures front, Lucas is still working on getting together a tile set for the game, and while that's being done, Jim is working hard on getting fully up to date on pixel art. This is going to be the tale for a while since both of our artists, though skilled, are new to pixel art, but I'm very confident that they will get the hang of it in time. Story has taken an interesting turn this week as we discuss the context for Big Wide World, one of the modes I mentioned before. We want that mode to be very different from the base game by having a neat gameplay driven story where it's entirely directed by the player's action, kind of like the XCOM series. The beginning and ending will be definitive, but what you do in between will be up to you. Finally, I wanted to mention some things about sound in the game. Andrew, our Foley director and composer, is planning a unique strategy for the music of Foldrum. We have talked at great lengths about having more folky feel to the music of the game, since unlike many big, glorious fantasy epics, this is to be a much more intimate story. Yet there is also the element of pixel art being mixed with all that fantasy. So what we came up with was chiptune covers of many traditional Slavic and Russian pieces. This will allow us to nail the Eastern European folk feel while still maintaining an attachment to the art of the game. You know, I probably never should have came up with the motif of having a joke at the end of these videos. I kept scrambling to come up with some kind of joke at the end that would probably involve self-deprecation. Too bad I suck at it.